Space in my head is left for you to come right in. Pray to my God for nothing but for you to stay safe and sound, sinking never to be found. Believe my words, flood this land until it
Hello and welcome. I'm DDF Racer and welcome to the stream. Today I'm doing something that I've been meaning to do for a long time now. I'm heading back into RACEROOM Racing Experience and I'm going to revisit the Hotlap Challenge. Now, what is the Hotlap Challenge? Well, in August, I actually set you guys, all of my subscribers and viewers, a challenge. I wanted you to go and do exactly the same that I could do in RACEROOM Experience. Drive the Aquila CR1 car at the Portimao circuit. Why this combination? Because it's completely free to try. Anybody can go and try and go and have a go. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to open it up to you guys and just see how you compare. Just have a little bit of fun. Turns out you're all really fast. Turns out you're ridiculously fast, and yeah, I've got a challenge on my hands. I'm the one that's got a challenge on my hands now, because I thought I was looking pretty good. I think I was in 2nd overall. Anyway, if we just we can change the screen here. I can actually show you the leaderboard. Where are we? There we are. So you can see the leaderboard on the right hand side. I am in 7th position with a 1 minute 46.635. James, have you tried it, James? You bet you're slower than me. Have you actually tried it? Have you given it a go? I know that Chuck does Hotlaps. He has certainly given it a go. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Charles Holden, he's right at the top of the timesheets. He's on 1 minute 45.553. Captain Flatspot, Henrik, another famous face off the DDF Racer channel. He is in 11th place on a 1 minute 46.8. So you can actually see those on the screen right now. So I'm not sure if you've tried it, James. I'm not sure if you've tried it, Sean, as well. But this, I want to reiterate, this combination is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. Obviously, you've got to download RACEROOM and install it and then configure it with the wheel and all that kind of thing. But it's completely free to try. So if you want to give it a go, you can do exactly the same as what I'm doing right now. Holden, Charles Holden. That's Chuck does Hotlaps. I'm not sure if he can join us in the chat here today, although I'm sure he'll be keeping one eye on the times. I'm sure he'll be keeping one eye on the times because he's a very competitive guy, and the clue is in the name. Chuck does Hotlaps. Anyway, as you can see in the background, we have RACEROOM Racing Experience, so I'm going to go and just get stuck straight into it, I guess. There's not much more than that. So you can see in the game in the background we have a copy of the leaderboard as well. So yeah, Charles Holden, 1 minute 45.53. Our best time is 1 second and 82 thousandths off the pace. Also known as 1.082 seconds. I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, so we've got to try and find a second. Now, Charles, aka Chuck Does Hotlaps, has been kind enough to share the setup that he used when he set his fastest lap. Apparently it tried to kill him. It was so loose on the rear, so I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to give that a whirl, and hopefully that could improve our time. Now, I do want to make something very clear. I haven't actually... Oh, of course I want to go into Get Real. I'm not going to go for some amateur novice driving assists. We're doing the real deal. But yeah, I want to reiterate that I've actually driven this car since I recorded the video back in August. So I'm going to have to take a few laps to get back up used to it again, I think. Okay, you can see RACEROOM is loading in the background there. We have the music on in the background as well. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are, whatever time it is. It's currently 9:12 AM Brisbane local time for me. It feels nice not doing a VLMC stream at 2 in the morning. It feels nice to wake up on a Saturday and have the day to myself. Okay, so let's load my previous setup. Where are we? There we go. So this is exactly where I left off previously. Exactly where I left off previously. Same setup. So I have factory ABS turned on, factory traction control turned on. So this is what you would get with the car in real life, and this is actually a real car as well. Difficulty's real, race line is off. Okay, let's pause the music. If you're a fan of the music, by the way, then you can click a link in the description. I've put that down there to a SoundCloud playlist that has all of the tunes available. Alrighty. Time for something very graceful, and that's me putting the Oculus Rift headset on. So, one sec, guys. Told you it was graceful. Just going to fix the webcam slightly as well while I'm here. It looks like it's a little bit out of angle. There we go. Okay. Let's do this, guys. If there's any issues with the broadcast, by the way, any problems with the audio, problems with the visuals, just give me a hoy, let me know in chat, and I will do what I can to fix that. Without any further ado, let's go driving. Let's go and see if we can beat this time. Straight into it. I forgot that you don't come out of the pits when you do a hot lap challenge. So yeah, the first few laps are probably going to be a write-off just as I get used to the car. I've not been driving a lot of RACEROOM Racing Experience recently. It's more so R Factor 2. Yep, loose on the rear. Yeah, I've been driving a lot of R Factor 2 recently with my commitments to the VLMC Championship. So it may take a few laps to get back into it. But yeah, I absolutely love me some RACEROOM. Such an amazing sim. And this is completely free. This is absolutely, completely free. Anybody can do this. So if you're watching right now and you think I can drive better than that guy, well, apart from the fact you probably can, just give it a go. Prove me wrong. It's me running a little bit wide there. And in the top left corner of the screen,
Dan, come on man, watch them track limits. This lap won't count.
Top left corner of the screen, you can immediately see a message that you're probably going to see a lot throughout the course of this stream. This lap will not count. I told you the first few laps are probably going to be a write-off. Just getting used to the handling of the car again. It's kind of a pseudo prototype car, this.
You're locking your front into Portimao.
In so much it's not like a full-on prototype car. It's by no means LMP spec. But I think it's a Danish car or a Swedish car. It's designed to be used for track days. It's very fast though. As you can see, we're currently creeping towards 220, 230k as we go down the main straight. Let's try again, guys. Just got to get used to my braking points all over again. Get used to the handling of the car. It's a very nice car to drive, this actually. Although it's a little bit understeer heavy. When you plant the throttle, it tends to just plow on in a straight line. Way too early on the brakes there. I can brake much later next time round. Yeah, James, you raise a very good point there, mate. If you want to buy content from RACEROOM, don't use your own currency. I actually left a comment reply to someone just before I started the stream who was asking about, you know, what should I buy in RACEROOM? My advice would be to buy everything. Purchase the VRP through the store. It's like in-game currency, but works out cheaper than buying real currency, using real currency. Oh, way too late, and you can hear the tyres screaming out in pain there. Yeah, if you purchase VRP, it's virtual racing points. It's RACEROOM's equivalent of having an in-game currency. Ah, way too wide. And that's going to invalidate...
This lap won't count.
It's going to invalidate the next lap as well. Great! Okay, so we get one more practice. Yeah, VRP works out a lot cheaper, and you should buy a pack as well. If you can afford it, get the ultimate pack, because that includes everything in the game, every car, every track, and it just works out so much cheaper. I mean, you could go around and you could basically buy individual cars and tracks as you want to race them, like iRacing. That's going to work out so expensive. You can get something like 70 or 80% off if you purchase everything with the VRP as well. That's what I did anyway. And I haven't looked back since. To be fair, I haven't even raced half the content here. There's just so much to choose from though. Okay, it's starting to feel the car getting a little bit dialed in now. Now of course this lap doesn't count because I ran wide at the final corner on the previous lap. Whoa! Yeah. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. This is the difference between driving in a race and driving in a practice session, guys.
We've seen front locking going into Portimao.
You're going to see a lot of spins today. Whereas on this channel you're used to, I wouldn't say great driving, but good driving at least, I'd say. At least I'm not throwing it off the track all the time, or at least trying not to anyway. I'm going to be pushing the limit a lot, and it's not about consistency and finishing the race, because there is no race. This is all about absolute top speed. So, without any further ado, see if we can nail a lap. How good are the sounds in RACEROOM though, seriously guys. Easily the best sounding racing sim out there. And as someone who's studied and is a trained, qualified audio engineer, good sound is something that I can definitely appreciate. Okay, that corner is definitely a problem. The rear is so loose. I just need to be a little bit more balanced with my inputs. And believe it or not, I think we're coming around to finish our first lap. Here we go, what kind of time we got on the board? Oh, it's slow.
That lap was at 149.48. That's your quickest lap.
149. We're immediately 3 seconds off our previous pace.
Sector 1 is 0.38, slower than your best.
Now of course with this being the leaderboard challenge, there is no fuel usage, there is no tyre wear, so I can just pretty much run indefinitely. I can just do lap after lap after lap. I don't have to worry about damage, I don't have to worry about fuel usage. I just keep on pushing, which is probably a good thing.
Sector 2 is 0.14 off your best.
Whoa! Big wiggle on the rear. Something tells me it might take a while to get back up to speed. I'm going to blame it on the fact that it's like 9:30 in the morning here.
Well, look, Dan, you've gone out of track limits. They'll delete this lap and the one after it.
Alright, I'm not going to bother to go around for another lap. I'm going to come back to the pits and I'm going to slightly fix my in-game VR overlay here, because I want to be able to see you guys in the chat without looking too much out of the way. There we go. Yeah, Psychonaut. I did briefly try the hill climb track, or one of the hill climb tracks. I can't remember which one it was, and it was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I should really do a video on that as well. I used it briefly in my the video that I did, the race room review. I'd recorded some footage for that in the background, so I did it on that. But I need to give that a proper go. You're right, that is a lot of fun. It's rally without notes. Once you know the circuit, once you know the way the track goes, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Anyway, we have a 1 minute 49.4 up on the board. If we just compare very briefly, I'm not being rude, guys. I am just changing the screen so we can have a look now at the leaderboard on the right hand side. So our best time, 1 minute 49.477 compared to a 1:46.663. So we are 2.8 seconds off our pace. That will not do. Let's give it another go. Yeah, Psychonaut. So many ideas for videos. Just not enough time. I wish I didn't have to go to work. I'd have all the time to do every single video I ever wanted to then. That'd be awesome. Sadly, the YouTube doesn't pay. Not yet, anyway. Maybe with a few more subscribers, who knows. Oh! Big kick of oversteer going over the top of the hill then. Lost half a second already. This is all about recovery for the rest of the lap now. About seeing where I can make some time up. See, I've already gained that half a second back as the car gets loose. It's one of the things I love about this circuit. The elevation changes just constantly keep you on your toes. See a nice collection of tyre marks there. There's a heap of time to be gained in that corner. I think I need to be more gentle. This car doesn't respond to harsh inputs by the looks of things. It's starting to come back to me now. Very specific driving style. We're a 10th up already, that's not too bad.
That lap was at 1:49.36.
There we go. Give it a little bit of a lift that time round. We're on to our second lap now. Yeah, the pace is starting to come back to me. That 3 seconds shouldn't be too difficult to find after all. That's much better. That, however, is not. Yeah, that apex, not bothered. Oh, slidey on the rear, we're throwing a lot of time away now. We were up to maybe a 1.5 seconds advantage. And now it's just hovering on, well, pretty much exactly a second on the Delta. It's good though, it's good.
That lap time was 48.57. Your times are good in all 3 sectors.
Way too wide. Didn't get a cut track though.
Come on, this lap won't count.
Oh no, I did get a cut track. Alright, let's park it up and bring it back and let's try again. I'm going to readjust the... There we go, that's better. What you can't see, guys, is I'm running the Oculus Rift headset here, and obviously I'm driving like this. I've got the car in front of me. In VR, I have just about here, just in the roof of the car. I've got an overlay with my speed, time, delta, real world time, of course, and all the chat, so I can actually see what you guys are saying. Hey, Mark, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Now, I hate to be that guy, but have you had a go at this challenge, Mark? Great run in the historics, by the way. I had to watch through that race. You put up with a lot of pressure. Unlucky not to stay on the podium, though, mate. I thought that 3rd place was yours. RACEROOM is completely free. Hey, Luca. Good to see you, mate. Whoa! The rear's a little bit too loose. I might try nudging my brake bias forward a bit, actually. I'm going to abort this lap. And just check the chat. Yeah, it's free with limited content, but this car combo is absolutely free, so you can give this a go. And with regards to the way this this game looks in VR, I'm not sure what the desktop recording is looking like at the moment. I know it can be a little bit pixelated and choppy sometimes. RACEROOM is not a very well optimized piece of software for VR, unfortunately. Still running DirectX 9.
That last lap was at 154.59.
But in VR, in the actual headset itself, it looks absolutely stunning. Scruffy. Very scruffy. But we're only a 10th down, miraculously. Don't know how that happened. Those big blue curbs around this track on the inside are not your friends. Not in this car, at least, anyway. they will unsettle the car quite significantly. See, now I'm afraid of that corner. I don't want to turn in properly. I might come into the pits at the end of this lap. Put some more rear wing on. I'm just using the setup from exactly when I recorded the previous part of this challenge. So I'm just jumping straight back in, getting used to the car, getting a feel for it again. I spent several hours trying to set that lap last time.
That was 148.54. Sector 3 time is fast.
Overcooked it completely, and there we go. Alright then. That's a good chance to return to the garage and put some wing on. Get some wang in my life. Excuse me. Okay, 6 clicks of wing. I'm going to move the bias forward slightly. Rear springs are as soft as they can go. Rear anti-roll bar is as soft as it can go. You can't adjust the tyre pressures. That's one of the things I don't like about RACEROOM. Because they have been obviously bought over and they're in the process of being redeveloped by a new developer. They are working their way through the content that is already in the game and basically bringing it up to scratch for modern sim racing standards. But what it does mean is some of the older cars, even if they've been put onto the new physics, don't quite have all of the setup options available yet. So compared to R Factor 2, RACEROOM isn't quite as customizable. Yeah, it's a tricky one. But it doesn't stop me from enjoying it. So, let us go out back on track with some more rear wing and a little bit more brake bias towards the front. Let's give this a go, guys. I'm going to really concentrate. I'm going to really shut up for this lap. So, feel free to speak amongst yourselves in the chat. And I'll see you in about 1 minute 45. Hopefully. Here we go. Oh, that feels so much better already. So much more stable. Just push the car. Bit wide through that home. Okay, now here's the real test. Nice! It's the first time I've not botched that corner all stream. Proceeds to botch the next apex immediately. You've really got to tuck the car into the inside of the apex on that corner. There's a very definitive groove. Kind of like the carousel at the Nordschleife. If you're not in it, you're slow. Alright, so first lap out with the rear wing raised, and we're up half a second already. Now down to 47.9.
0.00.
There. Got away with it though, I think. Thought that was definitely going to be a penalty for running wide at turn 1 then. Onwards and upwards, half a tenth up. Oh, it's starting to come back to me now. This is why I love Race Room. Physics aren't half bad. Force feedback ain't half bad. The sounds are out of this world. And the graphics aren't bad either. Okay, let's try and not botch it this time. There we go. There's a little crest just on the apex of the exit at that corner. This is very hard to get right. Here we go. Oh, much more time already. What do we got? What do we got?
The lap time was at 147.77. Sector 2 and 3 times are good. Sector 1 is 0.31 off your best.
Getting faster, getting back into the groove. Locking the inside front there. Little confidence lift over the top of the hill. Now where we go? Oh, this is so much fun. You can do this for absolutely free. And by this, I mean, kill your tyres. Seriously, this is free. How good's that? There is a link in the description to the leaderboard, by the way. So, if you want to see how all the times compare, follow that and have a look at that.
Sector 2 is 0.14, slower than your best.
Okay, this lap's a bit of a write-off, I feel. We're 2/10 down, but it just feels sloppy. But you never give up. Never give up. It's strange because it doesn't feel like there's much more pace to be found. Yet I do a scruffy lap, and I'm only 4/10 off the pace. Compare that to about 10 minutes ago where I was 2 seconds off the pace.
You're now 0.41 off your best. Sector 1 time is good. Sector 2 is 0.14 off your best. Sector 3 is 0.32 off your best.
You're taking a little bit less speed. Too heavy on the brakes. I need to bleed off the brakes a little bit easier, I think. Because when I'm turning and braking, well, I ain't turning, so I need less brakes.
Sector 1 is quick.
Messed that one. That's going to cost us all the way out of the exit now. You can see the time. 1.5, 1.4, 1.3. No idea how that was in track limits. But I'm not complaining because it means I get to keep going.
Sector 2 time is okay.
Yeah, this car deserves to be driven very, very gently. Obviously, can't adjust the gear ratios on this car. Too wide. I'm just stuck between 4th and 5th in the last corner.
That was 1:47.62. That's your quickest lap in this session. Sectors 1 and 2 are fast. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best.
So we're now within a second. We're now within a second of our previous best. We're 2 seconds off Chuck's fastest lap.
Sector 1 time is good.
I'm not exactly sure where you'd find 2 seconds around this lap at the moment. If there's any driver coaches in the chat, please make yourself known immediately. That was scruffy. That was scruffy.
Sector 2 is a tenth off your best.
Woo! Very wiggly. Now I know I can definitely make up a lot more time in this final corner. The elevation changes here are just so tricky. Really got to modulate the throttle. Okay, I'll do one more lap. One more lap, see what kind of time I can get, because I feel like I'm kind of peaking at the moment.
00. That puts you 0.38, slower than your best. Sector 1's quick. Sector 2 is a tenth off your best. Sector 3 is 0.26 off your best.
I feel like if I'm going to go much faster than this, I need a setup change or a mentality change. I need to see where I'm going wrong and improve it. But the more you drive it, the more you realise you can push. But you have to push gently.
Sector 2 time is good.
Gradual transitions from the throttle. No locking of tyres like that. Just got to keep the car nice and stable. Oh, we're a little bit faster. 2 tenths up, so we're now, what is it? 147 points. Come on, spotter.
You've just done a 147.36.
Thank you, mate.
Last lap in this session. Your pace is good in sectors 1 and 2. Sector 3 time is quick.
I know I said that was the last lap. I'm going to do one more because that felt pretty good, actually. No, we're not.
Fucking hell, Dan. Track limits, come on. This lap will be deleted.
Obviously, the spotter wasn't too impressed with that. Thank you for the colourful language, mate. Okay. So. 147.357. We're getting there. But as is always the case with these things, it's those last few tenths which are the hardest. So I'm going to do something a little bit... Well, I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. I'm going to try Chuck Setup, who was very kind enough to share it with me on Discord. If you are out there in the chat watching, thank you very much. If you're not in the chat watching, but watching this back after the event to see nervously if I can beat your time. I don't think you've got anything to be worried about, but thank you very much anyway for showing your setup. So, let's have a look. Load setup. Oh, before we do, I'm going to save mine. In a traditional fashion, every setup change I make gets an extra B on the end of it, because that was the first key that I could find in VR, and that's how I keep track of my versions. Yeah, the car is a little bit stiff to drive. I think that's just the nature of the car itself, because the actual suspension, it's pretty much as soft as it'll go on the rear. But it's been great to have you, Mark. Thank you very much for hanging around. Great to see you in the live stream, and thanks as always for your continued support on this channel, mate. Every time I put a video up, your name is always there, so thank you for your support, mate. It's great to have you. Have an awesome time at the hardware store. Whatever it is you have planned, whatever it is you're going to get, I'm sure it'll be fun, mate. Anyway, load setup. See that number 7 here? That is Chuck's. Let's give it a go. I've got no idea what he's done. I don't know how it's going to drive. Don't know how it's going to feel. Thanks, Mark. I don't know how it's going to drive, I don't know how it's going to feel, but apparently, on Discord, Chuck said this setup almost near killed him. Now, if that isn't being dramatic, I don't know what is. Let's give it a go. Oh, immediately. Feels a bit loose on the rear. It's very loose on the rear. I'm going to be a lot more careful with my inputs now, I think. See the back end of the car stepping out. Oh. It's definitely helping the car get turned. But it's an absolute handful. Chuck, you're a madman. Obviously this lap is going to be quite a lot slower.
You're locking your left front going into turn 11.
Because I'm starting to get a feel for the car. Bit of a stutter there. Oh, it's a lot faster around the final corner. It's faster down the straight as well.
You've just done a 148.14.
There's potential. I could definitely see the potential in this. Ah.
The slack won't count. You've cut the track.
Consider this an extra practice lap then. feels like a shopping trolley, this car now. And so much that it just swings round by the rear. We've all been there at the supermarket. Kick the back end out to get it round the corner, rally style. Come on, you're lying to yourself if you're saying you don't. Alright, let's give it another go. Starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with the car now. Nah. I can see what he means. I can see what he means. This car is definitely trying to kill him. I think I'm going to come back and instead of doing the lap, I'm just going to go straight into another one. Here we go. I can imagine trying to set a time with this setup would be incredibly frustrating. You might do 10 laps and get 1 time on the board. But for that 1 time it does hold together, I can see how this would be fast. But I'll try popping it down to first gear there to help with the hairpin. Now there's some good advice. Drive it like I stole it. Thank you, Michael. Good to see you, mate. Whoa. Very loose on the rear. Looking at the dashboard, I can see about 1/4 of a second down. Three-tenths of a second down now. Half a second down, and we've excluded the lap.
Fuck's sake, Dan, you've cut the track. Go delete the lap.
Alright, let's bring it back to the pits. And let's have a look at what this madman Chuck has actually done to this car setup. Just to reiterate, if you are new to the stream and you are only just tuning in, I am doing the second half of the RACEROOM Racing Experience Hotlap Challenge. Did the first half of the video in August. I'll take the headset off for this so it's a little bit less weird so you can see my actual face, not my VR face. First part of the video was basically a Hotlap challenge where I went out and set the fastest lap time I possibly could and threw it back to you guys. Now, you guys are fast. And I was second on the leaderboard, now I'm down to 7th. In fact, let me bring up the leaderboard very quickly. Where are we? Spectate. So on the right hand side of the screen right now you can see the leaderboard loading, and we're currently in 7th. Charles Holden, aka Chuck Does Hot Laps, currently on a 0.553. Our previous best in the first half of the video was a 1 minute 46.635, which I'm going to admit took me quite a few hours to actually get that time. So we've been going for about an hour now. Well, slightly less than an hour, and we're at a 47.357, so we're not quite back up to our previous pace yet, unfortunately. And Chuck has shared his setup with me, so I'm giving that a go. See if that can make me go faster. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do this unless something miraculous happens and comes out of the bag, so yeah. And also as well, just to reiterate, this is absolutely free to try. If you have a computer capable of running it, RACEROOM Racing Experience is completely free to download and try. This car and this track are part of the free content. Now obviously there are cars and tracks that you have to pay for if you want to drive. Like you can't just get the whole thing for free. That'd be crazy. It'd be great, but it'd be crazy. But you can try any car for free, but these cars come as default content, and this car track combination is basically a way of anyone, if you, like I said, if you have the computer, is basically a way of anyone being able to come and join the challenge. So what has Chuck done? Chuck has really took the rear wing down. Now I do like a car with a bit of wing, so I was previously running 6 clicks. Let's take it back to the in-game footage. I was previously running on 6 clicks. Chuck is all the way down at 2, and I don't like that, so I'm going to go halfway. I like the rest of the changes he's done to the car, but the rear wing needs to be like that, in my opinion. I need a bit more stability. So I'm going to go halfway. I'm going to meet him at 4. Let's get back to it. Let's go and see if we can set a fast lap time. And thank you very much for joining as well. Thank you very much for watching, if you are watching, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Much appreciated, guys. Don't forget to leave the stream a like, say hi in chat. I can see you up on the screen while I'm driving. And if you want to see more quality sim racing content, then just press that subscribe button and press the notification bell. Okay. I feel like this is going to be more of an out lap, because as you can see in the top left of the screen, the next lap will not count. We can't just come into the pits and wipe our penalty and come back out again and expect it to be gone. Oh no, wait, it has gone. Sorry, RACEROOM. Oh, that feels good already. Ah.
This lap will be deleted. Watch the track limits.
Consider this to be an exploratory lap then. Still a bit wiggly on the rear, but not as murderous as it was previously. Psychonaut. 2 AM in the morning. Yeah, that's one of the bad things about living in Australia here, is whenever I'm available. It's never really a convenient time for anybody else. But you still can take part. I don't think the challenge ever really ends. You can, when you sober up in the morning, hopefully with not too much of a hangover, you maybe might want to try it up, give it a go. And let me know your time on the comments on the live stream replay. Hope you've had a good night though, mate. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Alright, here we go. Concentration. You know what they say, Psychonaut? Happy wife, happy life. Bit of a scruffy lap, that one, unfortunately.
Your last lap time was at 1:47.
Let's go again.
You're currently 0.27, slower than your best. Sector 1 is a 10th off your best. Sector 2 is 0.33 off your best. Sector 3 times okay.
Okay, so just going off the feel of it. Just going off the feel of it. I think I'm not taking enough speed through turn 1. I think my apex speed could be higher there. And my braking points for the slow corners are very inconsistent. Like I'm either too early or too late on the brakes for the hairpins. It's a very fine line. Loose on the rear then. It's going to cost us. There's definitely time to be found here. We're making up a heap of time on the back straight. Got a good run into turn 1, so okay, let's try and keep the apex speed up. Brake earlier, more apex speed.
Sector 3 times okay.
Too late on the brakes then. It's all about putting the lap together. Whoa! Crunch. Hey, user 1, I think you joined at a very good time, that. Good to see you, mate. Hope your new laptop's going well. And you can get the wheel set up soon, mate. Alright, let's give this another go. I feel like the speed is there. I just need to put it all together. Oh, I lost a lot of time then. What?
This lap won't count, you've cut the track.
Just caught the outside of the track going into the corner then. I mean, the lap was already invalidated. This is more of a practice lap, this. I'm going to go for it next time round. We are running out of time, though. We've only got about 20 minutes left. Because, like you said, Psychonaut, you got to keep the missus happy. I've only got until about 10:30 local time. We're going out for a nice dinner. Going out into the city. Having a boozy lunch. So we got a voucher for our birthdays last year, which has got a very close expiry date, so we got to go use it. So I've only got about 20 minutes left to set a time. So, bit of pressure. But this stream has gone so fast, seriously. Can't believe it's already 10 past 10 in the morning here. Slow in, fast out. Make sure I'm using all the revs. Only just holding on to it. We are going to be marginally faster. It's not enough.
You've just done a 147.30. Sector 1 is 0.14 off your best. Sector 2 is 0.06. Slower than your best. Sector 3 time is fast.
Just on the limit of traction over the top of the hill there. This feels good. Got a good exit and don't run it too wide. That's about a 10 through that corner. And this is the weak one. Ah! Too wide. That's a great start to the lap though.
Your lap time was at 47.74. You're currently 0.44 off your best. Sectors 1 and 2 are quick. Sector 3 is
way too fast.
0.8 off
Way
your
too
best.
fast.
Dan, come on, keep it between the lines. They'll delete this lap.
What can we change? Although I've noticed that the car does feel a lot better on the second lap, which is always a bonus. Yeah, user 1. Very good point. If they can update the physics in RACEROOM just a little bit more, then it's going to be incredible. But what they really need to do is they really need to update the actual engine itself. It's using a very old game engine, a very old graphics engine. It's definitely served its time. It's definitely served its time. They're getting the most out of an old piece of software basically, and they're doing an incredible job. Obviously there's no wet weather, no day-night transitions, no build-up of rubber on the track. They are working on tyre damage and suspension damage and adjustable tyre pressures. There's a lot coming, and the new tracks look incredible as well. But it's just, yeah. Just needs a bit of work. Here he is! Say hello to Chuck Does Hotlaps in the chat, everybody. This is the absolute madman who is at the top of the leaderboard right now. Hey James, good to see you, mate. Yeah, it's a track that just catches you off limits completely. I've got about 15 minutes of this stream left, so yeah, this is the crazy max toe setup. So let's have a look. Where's the toe? Toe in, toe in. Gonna knock that back a bit just to be safe, because I've changed your setup a little bit already, Chuck. The rear wing at 2 is just crazy. There's no way I can do that. Change the rear spring slightly. Okay, let's give it a go. Also, for anyone who isn't aware, James Johnson is my Zancho teammate over in the VLMC. Give a big welcome to James, everybody. He is an absolutely rapid driver. I'm sure if he fired up Race Room, he'd smash this time. Hint, hint. Okay, well, I'm just going to bot that one straight away. That was useless. Yeah, James, this is absolutely free. Car track combination. It's absolutely free, mate. Ah, yes, of course. The big VEC Sepang race tomorrow. Hope it's going well for you guys. Nice strong result. Will be good for the team. Yeah, the weather forecast looks a bit damp. Clock the inside curb at the hairpin there. It's not going to do me any favours. We are about a quarter of a second up on our time though. Well, this is our best time for this session. Not my best time previously. Big slide. I need to brake earlier. Need to brake a lot earlier. These hairpins keep on catching me out. Alright. Historically, whether it's just a psychological thing, the second lap always goes better.
You've just done a 147.41.
Proceeds to run wide and cut the track immediately.
They'll invalidate this lap.
I'm not actually racing in the VEC, Psychonaut. James is part of the VLMC and the VEC teams. Now the VEC is the full-blown mega endurance race championship. The VLMC is kind of like the baby series. 2-hour races as opposed to 6 and 8 and 12 and 24-hour races, that kind of thing. But James takes part in both. I'm just in the feeder series at the moment. I had my first VLMC race last weekend actually, at Sepang. 2 hours of Sepang, and it absolutely poured it down. There's a highlights video I actually uploaded yesterday, I believe it was, on the channel. You should go and check that out, mate. The VLMC is awesome. 39 cars taking part this season. Mix of GT3s, LMP3s. Incredibly close racing. Lots of fun. So yeah, go and give that a squiz, mate. But James was in one of the other Zansho cars in that race, but he drives for the big boys in the VEC. I can't hold a candle to him. He's a little bit fast. This is exactly what I need to be now. The VLMC and VEC are a little bit separate, mate. Woo! Just on the limit of grip over the top of the hill there.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Messy hairpin. Alright, I can see the delta's up a little bit, so I'm going to be quiet and concentrate now.
is quick.
What have we got? What have we got? We're 8 cents up!
You've just done it.
Yes!
5-0. Good lap. That's your quickest today. Your times are good in all 3 sectors.
Whoa! Oh, we beat our
This lap will be deleted.
beat our previous time. I'm pretty happy with that. So I move up from 7th to 6th on the leaderboard. So instead of being a second off Chuck's pace, I'm now only 9/10 off Chuck's pace. Oh. Okay, neutral. Park the car. Come back to the pits, and let's have a think. I've got about 10 minutes left in the stream. And I've got 9/10 of a second to find. Now that lap was just... that lap kind of felt like it came out of nowhere. So... where do we go from here? Let's have a look at the setup. How did the setup feel? It felt really good, actually. I think I might take the toe down a little bit again, because that was at max before. Any setup experts in the chat? Obviously Chuck's got a vested interest. As long as I finish second, I'm sure. As long as I finish second, that'll be fine. The rear wing is good. I like it at 4. Maybe I'll try it at 3. Now that I'm used to driving it, I'll knock it back a bit, take it back down to 3. And I am locking the front tyres a little bit as well. So maybe I can afford to move that a little bit closer to the rear. I know they always say you should only do 1 setup change at a time. But... there we go. B! I know you should only do 1 setup change at a time, but I don't have the time. I've got 10 minutes. So let's go. Let's give it a go. Already though, I consider this stream to be a win. Because I beat my previous time. Alright. And of course this is my first ever race room stream as well. So, very happy this is going well. RACEROOM seems to be performing very nicely. It's one of the joys of working with RACEROOM as well, is it just behaves. Anyone else out there who is familiar with R-Factor 2 knows how temperamental it can be. As much as I absolutely love that game, and as much as Studio 397 have done a cracking job, it's just... you blink, and it stops working. There were meant to be 4 Zansho cars in the VLMC this season, but Max Eru, aka Bryce Lowe, had a technical difficulty before the start of the season with his rig, with his software specifically, with R-Factor 2 specifically, and he'd had enough. He'd had enough. He threw the towel in and was like, I'm not doing this. Which is kind of the effect that it can have sometimes. So it's just a breath of fresh air to open up RACEROOM, press record, press live, and not have to worry about it. Thank you very much for everyone who came along and is watching this stream as well. Great to have you here. Don't forget to leave a like, say hi in the chat, and make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot more of this in the future.
That last lap was at 48.75. Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Now normally I would stop and come back into the pits, but I'm getting into the flow. This worked last time, so I'm going to do it again. I had a scruffy first lap, a disqualified second lap, and then it was the third one, which was the clincher. So by that logic, I'm going to do the same again. This is another warm-up lap. Car feels nice. Car feels nice. I know I used your setup as a basis, Chuck, but would you be comfortable with me sharing this in the Discord? Like the modifications that I'm using, like this setup that I'm using right now. Would you be happy if I shared that on Discord for anyone else who wants to have a go? There's no proprietary information in the one you sent me, is there? Oh. Awesome. Thanks, Chuck. I know some people can be a bit touchy with the setup sometime, but I'm all about openness. Alright, concentrate. Not like that. This will be an interesting test though. So now that we've well and truly stuffed up the first sector, we can get an indication of how much time
Sector 1 is 0.47 off your best.
is on the card in the second and third sectors. So we're about half a second down when we went into the first sector, so if we can improve on half a second down by the end of the lap, that's good. We are 6/10 down, so we're not going in the right direction, sadly.
Sector 2 is 0.15 off your best.
Big wiggle. Nah, the rear's gone all unstable again. Not sure if I like this. Obviously having a loose rear is probably the faster way to do it. Okay, here we go. This is probably going to be my last attempt now, guys. Let's go. Do or die.
Your last lap time was at 147.63. You're now 1.1, slower than your best. Sectors 1 and 3 are 0.47, slower than your best. Sector 2 is 0.15 off your best.
Not a great first sector.
Sector 1 is 0.28 off your best.
Not a great first sector. About 4/10 down. This is going to be pretty hard. It's 7/10 down now. Just haven't got the line. Okay, maybe one more after this. This isn't a fair a go.
Sector 2 is 0.32, slower than your best.
I'm not sure where the speed is. Actually, there's a bit of speed through the final corners. So if I can match the first two sectors, I could probably make up a few tenths, because the last sector was scruffy on my previous hot lap. Okay, it's 10:30 local time here in Brisbane, and I do really need to go. Last lap, promise. Turn the volume up.
That lap was at 146.86. Sector 3 time is quick.
That doesn't count.
Dan, come on, keep it between the lines. They'll delete this lap.
Rear wing's going back up. I don't like the loose rear wing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Tenths down. Oh, big snap on the rear. 6 tenths. See, I just made up 3 tenths in those few corners. If I can stay in reach, if I can just stay in touch of that lap, I can make it all up in the final sector. Okay, okay. I know I said one more lap, but one more. Need to stay within 3 tenths of my best and I can improve. Slidey. It's not over yet. Nah. It's not gonna happen, I think. It's not gonna happen. The time is there. I can maybe do a 146.4, maybe a 146.3 if I try.
146.93. That puts you 0.43 off your best. Sector 1 is 0.26.
Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it.
Sector 2 is 0.16 off your best. Sector 3 time is quick. Bad luck, Dan. This lap's been invalidated. Watch those track limits.
Now this is the problem with hot lapping. There's no checkered flag. There's no way of just going, you know what? Ding! That's it, I'm finished. You could waste so much time. 1 second. You could waste so much time just driving and driving and driving and driving. And you may be able to find 1/10, maybe 2/10. Let's put some music back on. Unfortunately, I don't have that time today. I gave it my best shot. I managed to shave 1/10 off my time. It's not to be sniffed at. It's not to be sniffed at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Couldn't get anywhere near Chuck's time. 146.635 to a 146.503. 505 even. That's good. I like that. I'm now within a second. I managed to take Jesus Blanco Gomez from the 6th position spot. Let's just spectate again. Pop it back to R3E so you can have a look at the leaderboard as well. There we go. 6th position. How's that? Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I've got to go and get ready now because I'm going out for a nice lunch. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. Whatever time it is, whether you're going to bed, you've had beers and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, or you're just waking up and you're ready to go. Have a good one. It's been great to have you here. Couldn't do it, Chuck, sadly. Couldn't do it, mate. Good challenge. You win this one. But I'll get you somewhere else. It's been great streaming. It's been great having you guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. If you're not already subscribed, then make sure you do subscribe. And I will catch you... Well, I don't know when I'm going to catch you. The VLMC is on the 23rd of November. If you want to tune in and watch the race, I'll make sure I put a link to that in the chat. Come along. It's at the Nürburgring. 2 hours in the Nürburgring, where James will be racing as well. You can see James and myself in action. But yeah, have an awesome day, guys. I'll see you soon.